Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're reacting to the 15th episode of Log Horizon Season 2. This one's titled A New Journey. So yes, looks like we're finally getting into the next portion of the story arcs right now. We've had some, the past two episodes really have been more of, well, the first one was the Valentine's Day episode, which wasn't really much, but then did lead into the idea that Intix, or Indicus, is as the subtitles seem to be calling her now. I'm going to call her Intix because that sounds exactly like what they're actually saying in the show. I don't know where Indicus comes from that, but I think it's Intix. That sounds better to me anyway. Yeah, it kind of showed that she was actually the one in control, not Nuraha. Nuraha is kind of like the prisoner here, and is actually potentially an ally in the future, in some sense, or at least we'll, by going against her, we might end up being of benefit to her. And maybe that's why Shiroi said that back at the beginning, or the end of Season 1, beginning of Season 2 timeline. And then last episode that we just watched was around Kanami and what she's been doing since the apocalypse. And she's currently on the Chinese server, making her way east because she's heard that it's the Japanese server that's the one that's got the update, and that's what sparked it all off. Like, the update was meant to hit midnight, and when it hits midnight in Japanese server, it then would go around the world from there, and ultimately, like, America would probably be the last one to get it, just because of the way time zones work, right? Like, Japan is... hang on. I can't remember if they're 8 or 9 hours ahead right now of the UK, because Japan doesn't observe daylight savings, whereas here in UK we still do, although I don't know how long for. I mean, that's been a subject of debate for, like, the past, like, 20 years, I feel like. Like, are we going to keep it? Are we not? Like, now that we're at the EU, should we bother keep doing it? Like, what are we doing? But yeah, so she's been making her way east for those reasons. We saw a bit of the story of what's going on with her, how one of her companions is similar to the Izumo Knights of what Japanese server has, and even though all the Izumo Knights are gone and all of his kind are actually gone as well, he's still around, which implies that the Izumo Knights might actually be out there in some form or fashion, which is kind of interesting. And also one of them was a Chinese farming bot that was just designed to farm materials or money or something, but is now trapped in this world and is gaining some form of conscience and personality because of it, which is very interesting. It's very interesting to see that aspect of what would happen in a constantly online MMO, like absolutely farm stuff. Like I mentioned last video, I had a farming bot for RuneScape when we were farming like Pure Essence or whatever it was that we were farming at the time in like Varrock, I think it was. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Is like, of course that would happen. What would happen to that type of character? Like, would it just continually do its commands, or would it break free? It seems to have broken free based on how Konami has dealt with it. Yeah. But yeah, we don't know what's happening with Konami to this extent. We know she's just heading our way, and KR, who was telling the story, and he's the one that went back and saw her by using a possession on a horse on the Chinese server to explore, and then he used another ability to swap places with them to find out what's going on and help out in the battle, although he died and then got sent back. Yeah, he's intentionally keeping that from Intix and Nuraha and everything like that. Like, he's not mentioning the fact that Konami is on her way, which is kind of interesting. Potentially more loyal to them, to Konami, former leader, than what anything that Nuraha and Intix is currently up to. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, new journey. We're going to start off, I guess, with a new journey, basically. Curious to see which way we end up going with this one. Interestingly, this is a slightly lower rated episode than what I've seen on Crunchyroll. Like, pretty much every episode has had, like, around about 1500 to 2000 votes on it, and they've always been 5 stars. This one, interestingly, is 4.5 stars. I don't know why. Just, I guess because it's the start of a new arc. I guess people didn't like the direction of this arc initially. No idea. I guess we'll see what ends up happening. So, loading up the episode up here. As per usual, these are time-based format access on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture-in-picture, you can go to my Patreon down description below. £4 a month gets you access to all Patreon and Patreon X and all the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Symphogear, and Lock Horizon here, obviously. This will go back to its Monday time slot next week, I promise, once I get caught up on everything that's going on. But here on YouTube, we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen is your time for the episode. I count down 3 to 1 play. And play say episode, I say episode, we should be in sync. Watching this one on Crunchyroll, since they're the ones so I can legally view this. No logos or anything, we're just going straight into the episode from a black screen. You can use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this by my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should help you sync it up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into the second of this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Starry Night. No audio still. There it is, okay. I guess I should just put on a performance. Or is she about to put on a performance? I think she's about to. She's about to put on a performance. OP time, okay. Still haven't mentioned anything about what's happening with Krusty yet. Just saying. I hope we do address that this season. Be a bit weird if we didn't. Alright. Here we go. Performance time. Hang on. I recognize this. This is the Season 1 ED, isn't it? Yeah, this is absolutely the Season 1 ED. Okay. Goddamn Rudy. Hmm. Still pretty good. Sure. Oh, she's Snow White now. These idiots. Oh, okay. Okay. Guess this is our journey. Ah. Okay. Hmm. Mini wyverns. Okay. Good progress. I mean, yeah, that's a super useful item, right? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. uh. Yeah. So you have good musical sense. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. E-Type. Uh-huh, sure. Okay, but... Okay. Yeah, you sure you want to rely on his experience? Yeah, you look it. How? How? Bizarre. No one's worried, I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're the kids. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oops. Let's not hit the wire. Otherwise I won't be able to hear anything. Mm-hmm. Okay. More detailed map. uh, Comes full circle. Hey, we're back here. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Saw that coming for a while. Been a while. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lots of summons, huh? Interesting. Oh, that's a super rare one. Yeah. Can her voice go any higher? uh, Jesus Christ, okay. Straight up APC here. God, you're not going to be able to afford that. Yes. What the fuck is this? Uh-huh. Holy shit, okay. The Optimus Prime. Yep. Sure. Yes. A traditional, well-made carriage. Yes. Oh, they don't care. Oh boy. Got the banner on the side as well, okay. Danish and croissant. Don't get me attached to these damn horses with their very weird necks. Uh-huh. The looks on their faces, holy shit. I've never seen a horse give quite so much attitude in anime. Uh, the fact that it's off center, both on the horizontal and vertical axis, is perfect. Oh boy. Ooh, spike ball. Nice. Good to know. uh, so dumb, but I love it. Yeah, it's a tour. We'll play at the different villages. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh, what's the 42? Is that a specific reference that I'm not quite getting? Someone explain to me what the 42 are. Mm-hmm. Avoid it where possible, so you don't become reliant on us. Mm-hmm. That is good, actually. Let's not. Off we go. A new journey. The uh, Tetra. Yeah. Mm-hmm. To the west. I like that little parallel they did there with the end of last episode, where it was like Black White declaring to the east, and yep, here we've got our group declaring to the west. I wonder if that means we're going to encounter each other. I think that means we are going to have some form of encounter. I actually want to go back and look at the OP real quick, because I think there might be a clue in there. I mean, the OP obviously always has clues, but like I feel like there is another clue in there. I just want to make sure I'm not misremembering it, because it has been a while since we properly watched the OP. And skipping the previews as per usual, just in case. Good episode. Very, very good episode. We started our new journey. I don't think this is going to take us through the rest of the show's runtime. I don't think that's likely, since we've got, 10 more episodes left now? I don't think this journey is going to encompass all 10 episodes. Obviously it won't, because we've got the whole Planet Quiet and stuff to kind of get into. But I'm assuming that they might run into each other. Now, going back to the OP, let's see if I can find the bit I'm thinking of. Let's see. There's our whole group there. No, maybe not. Because it's Nuraha's like blonde form, the one that was like tipping us off to things being a bit weird in season 1. Because they're with Toya Minori, a character we have yet to see, and then Princess and Akatsuki. I thought that was like this current troupe and potentially Nuraha as well, but I don't think it is that way. So yeah, I don't quite know what's going to happen. But I imagine there's going to be some form of encounter between our group here and Nuraha and Plant Huiden. Although if they are... Well, if we're going to assume that train can fly, which would be insane, but let's say the train can fly, maybe they won't see them. Maybe they'll see it and contact Shirase to let them know as an early warning that something is coming that's out of the ordinary. Maybe they'll get that much, but I don't know if they'll necessarily cross paths in that way yet. I also kind of wonder, because let's look at the next episode title, because that's not a spoiler. The Midday Vampire. Okay, I guess we're dealing with a vampire at some point. Good to know. But yeah, I'm kind of curious if our journey here is going to be the only thing we follow for a couple of episodes, or if it's going to be like, we've got some of the episode focused towards that, and then some of the episode focused on what's going on back at home and the start of the Plant Huiden versus Round Table stuff. Or if we're going to start dealing with what the hell's happened to Krusty. Because, again, we haven't mentioned him in a long time now. And the fact that everything's just going on, we're partying like normal, and Krusty hasn't been mentioned yet is kind of, like, concerning. Just saying. So, I guess we'll see what ends up happening with that. I still don't know why this episode got a 4.5-star rating compared to most of the others. I don't see anything particularly wrong with this one compared to the others. Maybe because it's focusing a little on the kids, as it were. That's the only reason I can think of that maybe it would get a slight dip in rating, but even then that seems unjustified, because I thought, man, the kids are a fairly integral part of the show in of itself, so I didn't think they'd be that disliked. So it's just kind of a weird little thing to note in all that. But yeah, very much enjoyed this episode. Curious to see where the vampire aspect comes into this. But Shirase's right. This is an important journey for them to undertake a quest by themselves, not have Shirase, Natsuko, and everyone to be relied on. Like, be active and lead your own quest forward, and see how far you can make it with just yourselves. I'm sure there will be some form of contact, but I guess we'll see what ends up happening. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well. Next week we'll be doing another double for Log Horizon. Hopefully on Monday this time, as its actual time slot is meant to be. As well as the rest of the Summer 2021 lineup, you can find it on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.